Wrestling has more than one royal family. Acknowledge me. And we
What is up, guys? Welcome back to Wrestling Crossroads. As always, I'm one happy dynamic duo Twisted alongside Brother Pyro.
Hello!
And today we are talking Survivor Series WarGames.
Yay.
I know you're very, very, very excited about this, especially since they've now taken a concept that used to be completely dead for a long time in WWE and brought it back.
See, here's my thing, though, is what they should do. Is I love the concept of WarGames, but instead of 2 WarGames matches, 1 WarGames match, I still want my traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series match.
I agree.
1 and 1, and I will be happy. You close out the show with the WarGames match.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe instead of that initial WarGames match, you give me my 5-on-5.
I 100% agree with that. That would be a ton better. So I know we normally have a guest with us doing our predictions, but because Baby Crossroads is one that doesn't know how to be quiet at this time of his life, Flash will be with him, and he will be with us in the post-show in our recap, actually, this time.
Ooh.
So you get to pick Flash's brain a little bit more.
Yes.
A little more than usual.
Yes.
So I'm going to start us off with our first match. Being the women's WarGames match, we have Team Belair versus Team Damage Control. Belair consists of Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi. This isn't a normal traditional 5-on-5.
No,
it makes me a little upset.
Yeah.
Damage Control, of course, consisting of Bayley, Io Sky, Kairi Sane, and Asuka, as Dakota Kai is not able to compete.
Is not medically cleared to compete.
Unfortunately. So, the only 2 going Team Damage Control as of this moment is Flash and Desario. Whereas me, you, and Hex are Team Not Damage Control, or Team Bianca. Any reasoning why you're not picking Damage Control?
You see the little rifts planting in Damage Control, and I feel like the more this goes on, the more you're going to see that, and the more it's going to play effect and into what happens with the outcome. Also, this is essentially putting a JV high school team versus the Avengers.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you pretty much gave us the Avengers of women's wrestling in WWE, Shotzi being the exception. Not that she's not a great talent, but...
Yeah, no, I understand entirely.
Becky, Belair,
and Charlotte. Yeah, you kind of have the Avengers, and then you have Shotzi, which is that new Avenger. It's kind of like when they first introduced Peter Parker into the Avengers.
When they finally made him
Hi, Mr. Stark. Totally, that has to be. But at the same time, that would be her more with Charlotte than anything, if you think about it. That's the millionaire one.
Yeah, it was like, because you have Tony Stark, you have Hulk, and you have Thor.
Agreed. Totally agreed.
And then she's Spider-Man. And then you have a high school junior varsity wrestling team. Asuka being the team captain.
Yep. Entirely. Take us into our next match.
Alright, our next match was supposed to be Santos Escobar versus Carlito in what was going to be a fantastic story.
I do agree.
And let's talk about how we got here. Escobar, you could see the jealousy building for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks until finally he did snap. He took out Rhea and was like, you shouldn't have brought in Carlito. It should have been me. We were supposed to do this together. That whole shebang. Unfortunately, Carlito did suffer an ankle injury, and replacing him in this match will be Dragon Lee in what will be a fantastic match. I'm so excited. And now we go into the predictions. Myself and Desario
Yes.
went Santos. You, Hex, and Flash all picked Dragon Lee.
Yes.
Why?
Although I could see them having Santos pick up the win because of the current storyline that he's in, I just feel personally that Dragon Lee is the better wrestler, and I feel like he could have the bigger advantage of coming out on top. I can't speak for Flash, but I know usually...
I mean, you two usually share a brain, because it's yours.
I just don't think, Flash more or less goes towards baby faces, so I think that's his...
That's because he's an actual baby face.
He is, but it's adorable. Because it's Flash, and so we all love Flash.
Yes.
Going into our next match, we have WWE Women's Championship, or the Women's World Championship.
Yep.
I know I wrote it wrong. Rhea Ripley taking on Zoey Stark, who won a Battle Royal to be number 1 contender.
Very surprising at how that Battle Royal played out a few weeks ago on Raw, by the way.
It is.
Because we didn't... I'm sitting there and I'm watching with Desario, and I didn't think they were going to give it to Zoe.
Who did you think it was going to be?
100% Desario and I were like, it's going to be Shayna. It's going to be Raquel, or it's going to be Nia.
That's because mainly those are the 3 women caught in this.
So Trips, thank you for building up your younger women.
Agreed. So going into our predictions, all of us pick Rhea Ripley to retain. I'm going to assume your reasoning is mainly because Zoey Starks isn't ready and they have nothing built with this.
More or less. The reasoning I got from Hex was... where is it? Rhea retaining because I don't think Zoey Starks is quite there yet. She's been doing her thing, don't get me wrong, and doing great, but I don't think it's her time yet.
Okay, that does seem to work.
And to read my text from Desario. Rhea, because really? Zoe wins? Really?
Yeah, I do agree.
In that tone of voice, it's sad that I can tell that tone of voice through text.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I love Zoe. I think, you keep giving her these opportunities to shine and rise to the occasion, show that she can be this main event player, let her rise, let her keep doing her thing, keep pushing her, and eventually you'll be able to build her as a credible future champion.
I do entirely agree.
Right now is not that time, but I think this will be... I think, her series with Becky Lynch helped
kind of elevate her on the main roster.
Helped really get her noticed. Her performance in that Fatal 5-Way at Crown Jewel, although not a great match as a whole, she did do a really good job of standing out and showing again I can keep up with the best of them.
Yeah.
So I think this one-on-one match with Rhea is going to really test how far can we get this girl.
Yes.
How far can we push this girl before we realize
she is great.
Either is she going to be our future champion, or do we pull the plug now?
Yes.
I think that is the other reason I'm picking Rhea, though. You also got to think, who's going to be out there in the ringside with her?
Yeah, true.
He's going to get involved.
Yes, I do.
And unfortunately, that is what I think ultimately really does cost Zoe. Unfortunately.
But here's the other thing. I do see partially Dom being at ringside, but I also partially don't, considering he's got a match.
How many times has he done that, though, where he's had a match either earlier or later in the night, and he's still come out?
There are some times where he does it, and there are some times where she does it. But if you've noticed more on pay-per-views, when they have a match collectively at the end of the night or beginning of the night, they don't tend to be at each other's corners.
Okay, fair enough.
I don't say that gives Zoe an advantage. I
think it gives her a little bit more level of a playing ground.
Yes.
But I think Rhea ultimately is just going to be what picks this up.
And then ultimately we know Flash's reasoning is because it's mommy.
Mommy's always on top.
Yes. Take us into our next match.
Intercontinental Championship. Gunther the Ring defends against The Miz. I'm looking over our predictions, mind you. Let's talk about again how we got here. Fatal 4-way. Took on Ivar, Big Bronson Reed, Ricochet, and The Miz.
Yep.
Great. Tell me that's not a stacked Fatal 4-way.
That is beautiful.
Miz picked up the win. Granted, that wasn't the original plan.
It wasn't. Who was the original plan?
The original plan was supposed to be a double finish.
Okay.
Miz and Ivar.
Oh, okay.
Ricochet ended up getting the kick out at the last second.
I think they said that was due to a concussion. He wasn't paying attention to what was
But
going on.
also, that's why if you look at the end of that match, even the referee was confused and didn't know how to call it. Because again, the spot was supposed to be Miz rolls up Bronson Reed like he did.
Yes.
Ivar pins Ricochet, and that's not what happened. Ivar being rightfully mad, attacked Miz, but here we are in what I think is going to be a very fun,
very beautiful match.
Oh yeah. And honestly, two guys that have done a really good job in the Intercontinental Championship's history of elevating it, bringing it some prestige, making it workman's title.
Yes.
Because that is what it is needed. Because honestly, before Gunther, the last real credible IC champion was
The Miz.
Was Miz.
Yes.
Was Miz and Ziggler.
Yes.
Because everything after that, it just became a game of hot potato that nobody cared about.
Agreed.
So I'm really happy that this is where we're at right now. Going into our predictions, I and Hex pick Gunther. Because as much as I would love to see Gunther dethroned, Miz is not the right opponent to do so.
Okay.
You and Flash picked Miz.
And obviously we know Desario.
And Desario picked Miz. But that's because his reasoning is Miz over Gunther because my boy ain't losing this shot.
Okay.
Why Miz?
I think that, again, you want to keep the Intercontinental title at a high of prestige. Who better to do it than The Miz?
And this will tie him with Jericho.
That was going to be my next point. Ties him with Jericho. And, The Miz is just kind of getting lost in the background right now. I think this is something that kind of gives him back in the main event picture. A place that he honestly deserves to be.
Are you feeling okay?
I'm feeling fine. I've never had any bad feelings about The Miz. It depends upon the opponent that he's going against.
That's fair.
I've always liked The Miz,
Miz is always,
even with his previous gimmicks.
And honestly, with him being the longest tenured superstar at this point, following some releases earlier
yes.
In the year, I think they're really giving him the right role.
Yes.
He is the locker room vet.
He is.
What's his job? What's his job as a vet?
To put guys over.
To help elevate the
new talent, yes. But I think that,
Now, granted, some time to shine for him.
Yes.
Wouldn't be a bad thing, and I think he's going to make this match look great anyway, because
it's The Miz.
Let's be real, The Miz could wrestle anything and anybody and make them look significantly better than what they are, no matter how good they are.
I entirely agree with that.
And he can make it really entertaining, because think about it this way. His feud with Dexter Lumis. You actually gave a damn about Dexter Lumis. Hasn't been relevant since that feud.
No.
He wrestled an invisible John Cena. And if you weren't glued to your TV, entertained, there's something wrong with you.
I agree. And that's why I think, we give... Gunther did what we all asked. He beat Honky Tonk Man's record. That was what everybody wanted. That is what everybody asked
Not
for.
what everybody wanted, but
It was set for it to happen.
Yes.
And it was great that it was him who did it. Aside from him, The Miz, Jericho are the only other two credible people I could see breaking that record. However, we are here. Gunther is your new longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. I think Miz tying Jericho, taking it off of him is perfect. So, going into our final match, our main event, we have the men's WarGame match. We have Team Babyface, which is Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Randy Orton, and Jey Uso, taking on the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, Dominic Mysterio, JD McDonough, and Drew McIntyre. Now, originally, this was going to be like the women's, where it was 4-on-4. We didn't have Drew McIntyre in play, and we didn't have the Viper in play. Once Drew McIntyre got a little bit more involved into this match and into the rivalry, he then asserted himself with Judgment Day, saying that I'm not in the faction, but I will help the faction out because
This is a business relationship.
Yes. So, continuing on, Drew McIntyre joins, so that leaves Team Babyface to have to find a fifth member. They all look at each other. We have a couple backstage segments where it's like, hey, did you call in your favor? Yeah, I can't do it. Did you call in yours? Yeah, I can't do it. And Cody goes, I think I have somebody.
I have an old friend. I think we got this.
So,
oh, by the way, he's in.
So, end of the night, they go out to the ring, and it's a beautiful moment where he's not necessarily giving out the name. He says, it's great that you guys have each other, but I called in my favor. It's somebody that I have a legacy with.
Oh, the way that they teased it. The way that they teased it was great. You hear the crowd already put together, and they're chanting. Like, by the way, you're not hearing voices
inside. No,
they're right.
He goes, I want to bring in the different ones that he said. Somebody I have a legacy with, and he goes, why are you looking at me like that? You're looking at me like I'm prey, like we're prey. And that really clicked the rest of the people that had to take that moment, because they may not know the legacy. And they started chanting Randy, and he goes, you don't hear voices in your head.
They're right. When I tell you, I didn't watch much of Raw this last week.
Yes.
Because I did not.
Yeah.
But I made sure to tune into that main event match for that reason, knowing we were going to get some kind of reveal.
Yes.
And hearing that it was Randy Orton's return made me so happy. It has been a year and a half since that man has stepped foot in a ring. Let's take a look at all the things that we got before he was gone. Last time he was in the ring, Pat McAfee was still
on commentary. Kevin Owens was feuding with Ezekiel. Cody had yet to tear his pec. I can't remember a couple other things. We didn't have the World Heavyweight Championship currently.
No, we did not.
Otherwise, we totally would have put Randy in that tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
Obviously, RK Bro was still a thing. The Usos had just won the titles. And the Bloodline was still complete in that moment. So, Edge was still the leader of Judgment Day.
Oh my God.
So that tells you how much has changed in a year and a half since we've had Randy Orton in the WWE. So, going into our predictions. Yes.
Damage Control had also not existed yet.
Yes.
Ricochet was IC champion.
Oh, Lord.
Vince McMahon hadn't retired.
Okay.
Dominic was still a babyface teaming with his father.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So that shows you a lot has changed. He's going to come back, and I swear, if I don't get a segment between him and Dominic, where he just kind of looks at him and goes, really? Like, that's just going to kind of ruin it for me. If I don't get some type of little segment,
I do love WWE.
Weren't you just... You was with your daddy, right?
I love that WWE really did was like, we're going to reveal this so y'all can stop chanting, or so y'all can stop thinking it's who y'all think it is, because we don't want him.
Yeah, nobody wants Punk. Anyways.
If he doesn't come out with the re-recorded version to the theme song, I'm going to be upset.
Anyways, let's get to our predictions. Everybody obviously chooses Team Babyface with Randy Orton to pick up the win.
You don't build his return this way.
Exactly, and me and you had this conversation.
You don't build him to return and then just to give him an L.
And one of the things I know you're going to comment on was what Bully Ray said. Which is, at the end of it, Team Babyface wins. And then you set up Randy versus Cody to be that next step before Cody takes on Roman again.
Yes!
That has to be his next hurdle.
Personally, you can see Randy doing it. He's the Viper, the Apex, for a reason. You know, what do snakes do? Lure you into a false sense of safety, and then they strike. Make Randy versus Cody that next big feud, that next big hurdle before taking on Roman. But also, can I just say, when Cody revealed that it was Randy, did anybody else catch Jey Uso's face?
Yes.
That face of, shit. This ain't going to end well.
Ooh, that's because the Usos were the one that took out Randy.
Did you see his Instagram story the next day?
He misses the old times.
When he took the picture of the completed bloodline and was like, and captioned it when things were still good. Sir, Jay, do not screw us. Cody put every favor he had on the line to bring you back and to separate you from that.
Again, I think he's just more or less worried at this point, but once we get into that, he's already been... if I'm not mistaken, on the babyface side, he is the only one that's been in a WarGames match.
Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah, because they were in last year. But you have him and Sammy. They know what they're doing. I have a feeling once they get in that enclosed space,
I still feel like Jay has an RKO coming to him.
He does, but it's going to be at the very end. If not, it'll be accidental.
I feel like Randy will just save it for like a Raw. Like, hey, I got a bone to pick with you. We're on the same team, but I still don't like you. Meet me in the ring.
Yep, I entirely agree. However, with Randy being out because of his back, we don't know if his finisher is going to continue to be the RKO. They had to change it up with Nikki when she went for her neck surgery. She ended up with her Rack Attack 2.0.
They modified hers just a little.
Yes.
But we'll have to wait and see.
Yes, entirely.
But I am so excited to see Randy back.
I know you are, and that concludes our Survivor Series WarGames. We will have Flash on our recap, and we hope that you guys enjoy this as much as we will.
Laters.
Bye.